Hey everyone, my name is Chloe, and today I'm here to talk about my December TBR. So in December, there's one readathon going on that I really want to take part in, and that's going to be my only TBR because I have finally wisened up and I have started filming my book haul revisits like a week before the month starts. So it is November, and the very end of November, and I just filmed my book haul revisit. So I know that I have got a hefty load if I want to read those. So I'm going to keep this December TBR, other than those books, which you will see in an upcoming video. I'm going to keep it pretty small. So I'm going to be doing Merry Bookmas, which I saw on Becca Books and Bujo, her channel. I know she's not the only host. There's a couple others. And I'm going to very low-key participate in it. So what they did is they took the 12 Days of Christmas, the song, and they made book prompts and activity prompts out of them. So, let's just get into it. So number 1, Partridge in a Pear Tree. Read a book with a bird or fruit on the cover. So I'm going to be reading Eve by W.M. Paul Young. And this is a reimagining or a biblical retelling of the story of Adam and Eve. And I think, let's see, when a shipping container washes ashore on an island between our world and the next, John the Collector finds a young woman inside, broken, frozen, and barely alive. With the aid of the healers and scholars, John oversees her recovery and soon discovers that her genetic code connects to every known race. No one would ever guess what her survival will mean. No one but Eve, mother of the living, who calls her daughter and invites her to witness the truth about her story, indeed the truth about us all. Eve is a bold, unprecedented exploration of the creation narrative, true to the original text and centuries of scholarship, yet with breathtaking discoveries that challenge traditional beliefs about who we are and how we're made. So this is the same author as The Shack. I love The Shack, and I like just thinking about things a little bit differently. I'm prepared to take this with a grain of salt, but it has got an apple on it. So there you go. There's your fruit on the cover. Next is Two Turtle Doves. So read a book that involves romance or friendship. Well, I know I'm going to be reading a lot of different ones for that, but I'm going to say Christmas in Icicle Falls by Sheila Roberts. I have not read, this has been on my shelf, and I haven't read this because it is a part of a series, the Icicle Falls series. And I've read a couple of those, like maybe one or two, and I have always been a stickler for reading books in orders. However, these contemporary series are almost always, just companions that if you read them in order, you know everybody's backstory, but you won't really miss anything if you don't. So I'm going to go ahead and just read this. This is about Muriel Sterling. She released her new book, A Guide to Happy Holidays. She felt like the queen of Christmas. She's thrilled when the new tree she ordered online arrives and is eager to show it off until she gets out of the box and realizes it's a mangy dud. But rather than give up on her ugly tree, Muriel decides to make a project out of it. As she pretties up her tree, she realizes there's a lesson to be learned. Everything and everyone has potential. Maybe even her old friend Arnie, who's loved her for years. Except she's not the only one seeing Arnie's potential. So there's more to the story, but it just sounds sweet. And I picked all these books based on the prompts, not necessarily knowing what they're about. So we're going to just hope for the best. Next is French Hens. 3 French Hens. Read a translated book or a book set in a country other than your own. So I'm going to be reading The Paris Secret by Natasha Lesser. This is a very thick book. And I really hope I'm going to like it. There's part 16, so it's obviously told in a lot of parts. But it's dual timelines, England 1939 and Paris 1947. Both of those timelines are in countries other than my own. There's also present day, So in 1939 England, the Penrose sisters couldn't be more different. One's a daring and brash pilot, the other is not. Even if women aren't allowed in the Royal Air Force, Skye's determined to help the war effort. She's thrilled when it reunites her with her childhood soulmate, Nicholas, etc. Then Paris 1947, designer Christian Dior unveils his glamorous first collection to a world weary of war and grief. He names his debut fragrance Miss Dior in tribute to his beloved sister Catherine. Catherine was friends with the people from the sisters from the beginning. So then present day, it's a fashion conservator in Dior gowns, finds a priceless one, etc. So 3 women, fashion, war. I've really been into World War II things right now. I'm kind of down a rabbit hole, so this should fit right in. Next is for calling birds. So read a dark book, either in color or theme. And so this one is more dark in theme. There is some darkness in the cover, but this is The Guest Room by Chris Bohelian. I have yet to figure out how to say his name, but I read Midwives, I think was the title of it, by him, and enjoyed it quite a bit. And I haven't read anything else. So this is a thriller. When Kristen Chapman agrees to let her husband Richard host his brother's bachelor party, she expects a certain amount of debauchery. She takes their young daughter to Manhattan for the evening, leaving her Westchester home to the men and their hired entertainment. What she doesn't expect is that the entertainment, two scared young women brought there by force, will kill their captors and drive off into the night. So, yeah, definitely dark topic. Next is read a book with 5 golden rings. Read a book with foil on the cover. So this kind of counts. You can see there is some shimmery foil. This is the first in the Princess Diaries by Meg Cabot. And the Princess Diaries is one of my go-to comfort watches. I've never read the book, but I have read or seen the movie. And so I'm really interested to read this and see what the differences are. This will be a quick read. I have 3 or 4 in this series, and I know it kind of diverts off, but I'm really interested to see how much this differs, because I've heard it's quite a bit. So there is my 5 golden rings. 6 Geese laying. Read a book that's part of a series. So I'm going to count this. Christmas in Icicle Falls. This is part of a series, like I said. So this is going to be my answer for that. 7 Swans of Swimming. Read a beautiful book. I'm also going to use this because, you guys, look at that Christmas scene. How sweet and charming. And I'm just a sucker for all things Christmas. And this might be one of my only Christmas reads for December. So there's that. And then 8 Maids of Milking is share with us in the Discord or in social media what your favorite holiday beverage is. So I will probably do that. 9 Ladies Dancing. Close your eyes and spin in a circle like the dancing ladies and pick your partner, your book, blindly. So I'm going to do that probably based on either all these or all the books for my book haul revisit. So I'll just kind of pick blindly which I'm going to read next. I'm not going to pick an additional book for it. 10 Lords Leaping. So leaping to conclusions. Read a mystery or thriller. So I'm going to be reading, like I said, The Guest Room by Chris Bohelian. And then 11, Piper's Piping. Post on any social media a picture of what you are reading for Merry Bookmas and tag the hosts. And then 12, Drummers Drumming. Read the group book or one of her other books and join us for the live show. I'm not going to be doing that because it is a horror, and 1, I'm trying to read off my shelves, and 2, I'm just I really want some Christmas sweetness. I'm not really into Christmas horror during Christmas right now. So I think what I got here is going to be all I'm going to do for that. So very low key, definitely doubling up. But that's 5 books plus the mounds and mounds from my book haul revisit, you guys. So spoiler alert on that. It's a doozy. But thank you so much for watching. What are you reading in December? Are you taking part in this readathon? Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you in the next one.